Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily Dvar. And here's a brand new halacha for you, and it's for Sunday, 13th day of November. Here we go. Today's halacha is about the end of Shmona Esrei. Whenever you finish Shmona Esrei, the halacha is that you should look behind you before stepping back. If you were to just willy-nilly, without caring or thinking, just step back from your Shmona Esrei, it's very possible that you will bump into the guy behind you and ruin his Shmona Esrei, or at least the concentration of his Shmona Esrei. Even if you don't bump into him, but you come to within Daled Amos, which means 4 cubits, which means about 8 feet of where he is, that will still distract him, because when someone walks into your close proximity while you're praying with great intention, it could easily distract you from whatever it was that you were concentrating on. And therefore, you're not supposed to step back directly into his presence. Okay, so therefore, you look back behind you, and if there is someone standing there, you stop. And you're done with Shemona Esrei, but you just don't take the 3 steps back because you'll bump into him. At that point, you are now ready. You've said Yehiyu L'Ratzon, hopefully, because you've said everything. You just didn't say Osa Shalom, and you didn't step back. You're now available to answer to all the regular answers of Ein Yehei Rabba or Kedusha or whatever else is going on in the shul. You just can't take your steps back. Incidentally, sometimes the guy behind you can't take his steps back because he's waiting for the guy behind him, who's waiting for the guy behind him, etc. And the guy in the back of the row is holding up several people. And it can happen, really, it's no joke. What can happen is when the guy in the back of the row steps back, finally he frees up the 3 or 4 guys in front of him who can all simultaneously step back because they're all not stepping into each other's area. Now, that's what sometimes happens. And that's just how it is. If you know that someone is really, really a long Shmona Esrei man, it's a good idea to have him stand in front of the other people so that they can step back without interrupting him, and he can have his long Shemona Esrei uninterrupted because he's up at the front. That's not a law. That's just a nice idea for everyone to arrange so that you don't have to have these chains of people looking back and waiting, which, by the way, could pressure the guy if he realizes that this is happening, and that also could ruin his concentration. So arrange yourselves accordingly with some brains so that this kind of stuff doesn't happen. If there are pews, permanent seat divider things where you put your sitter on them and everything, that divide between you and the guy behind you, or a table that divides between the guy behind you and you. A lot of people say that that makes it more lenient because you're not stepping into his proximity. There's a blocker that blocks between you and he. You might want to check that with your rabbi. A lot of rabbis will say that that's okay and you could step back. You're not in his area even though you came close to him. So that's the deal. Thanks for logging on. Log on again tomorrow for more. Bye-bye.